All right, let's jump right into a really powerful story. This is one of those timeless parables. It's all about a brilliant student, his incredibly wise teacher, and this profound lesson on how to overcome the very habits that we feel are holding us back. It's really a story about perspective, about control, and the simple truth that's often hidden behind our biggest struggles.
So right off the bat, before we even get into the story, let's start with a question for you. Just take a second and think about it. What are the habits in your life, big or small, that feel like they've got a grip on you? Just keep that in the back of your mind as we go through this, because it's going to be important.
Okay, so our story kicks off in a Gurukul, which is a kind of traditional academy, and we're introduced to the star pupil, a young man named Kesavan. Now, Kesavan isn't just another student, oh no. He is the living, breathing example of the Gurukul's highest ideals, and he is the Guru's greatest hope for the future.
And when I say star pupil, I mean he was seemingly perfect. He was #1 in all his studies, a champion in sports, and it was no secret, he was the Guru's absolute favorite. Everybody just assumed he was the one, the future successor who would one day take the Guru's place. He was the gold standard.
I mean, can you even imagine that kind of pressure? For years, every other student was measured against him. Their discipline, their grades, their success, it was all held up against the benchmark of Kesavan. He was put on this incredibly high pedestal, which, as we're about to see, only makes the fall that much harder.
But you know how these stories go. Just when everything seems perfect, something comes along to shake it all up. A new and very different influence was about to enter Kesavan's disciplined world, and it came in the form of some new students. And these weren't just any new kids. They were from royal families, and they were used to a life of total luxury and indulgence. Basically, the complete opposite of the strict, focused life at the Gurukul. And guess who was put in charge of training them? Yep, Kesavan.
So you've got this real tug-of-war starting inside him. On one side, you have the world he's always known, the Gurukul's discipline, waking up early, constant focus. But then, on the other side, his new friends are whispering about their secret world, a world of late-night adventures and forbidden fun. And wow, that temptation was strong.
And this was the line they used to get to him. It's the classic argument, right? That fear of missing out. For months, he actually resisted. He was torn between his duty and his growing curiosity. But that constant pressure, the promise of this exciting other life, it started to chip away at him.
And this, right here, is the turning point. Kesavan finally makes a decision. He agrees to go with him just once. That's what he tells himself. But as you can see from the title here, that one time is about to trigger a fall that is as fast as it is devastating.
And it's kind of shocking how quickly it all unraveled. His new friends introduced him to alcohol, and what started as just one time quickly became a secret daily habit. Within just 1 year, the star student, the heir apparent to the Guru, had completely lost his way. His once sharp mind was now totally clouded.
But it wasn't just his performance that suffered. The damage happening inside him was so much worse. He had to sit there and watch as other students started getting the answers right, earning the praise that used to belong only to him. And with every "well done" the Guru gave to someone else, Kesavan's shame and self-hatred just dug deeper and deeper.
Finally, the day comes when the Guru confronts him, and Kesavan just completely breaks down. He confesses everything, literally falling at his Guru's feet. And he says these words that show just how hopeless he feels. "This drink won't let me go." He sees himself as a prisoner, trapped by something that's way stronger than he is.
Now, you'd expect the Guru to be angry, right? To lecture him or punish him, but his response is, well, it's completely unexpected. Instead of any of that, he offers a path to freedom, a very mysterious test. All he says is, "Come with me to the river."
The instructions he gives are, well, they're pretty weird. He tells Kesavan, "We're going to the river, you're going to dunk your head under the water 3 times, and each time you have to count to 10 before you come back up." That's it. Kesavan, totally desperate, just agrees immediately.
So they go to the river, they go under together for the first dunk. They both count to 10 and come back up. The Guru looks at Kesavan and gives him this little, encouraging smile. And for the first time in a very long time, Kesavan feels this tiny flicker of hope. Maybe this crazy ritual is actually going to work.
All right, they go under for the second dunk. Kesavan counts to 10, 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10. He comes up for air, expecting to see that same smile again, but the Guru's not there. He's just gone.
And that little flicker of hope, poof, it's gone, replaced by pure cold panic. He waits for a few seconds. Still no Guru. He dives back under, searching frantically. Nothing. He scrambles out of the water, screaming his guru's name, his mind just racing with the absolute worst possibilities.
Absolutely terrified, Kesavan decides he has to run back to the Gurukul and get help. But as he's running along the path, he sees something that stops him dead in his tracks, and the whole point of this strange test is about to become crystal clear.
He sees his guru just hanging from a low branch of a tree over the path. And Kesavan is just flooded with relief, but also, what is going on? He runs over and cries, "Guruji, I was so worried. Why are you holding onto that branch like that?"
And the guru replies with this totally bizarre statement. He says, "I'm not holding on, Kesavan. The branch is holding me." Kesavan is completely confused. He says, "What are you talking about? I can see you. You are clearly holding the branch with your hands."
And then, with this very calm smile, the guru does something so simple. He just opens his hands. He lets go, and he drops maybe a few feet completely safely to the ground.
And right there, in that one moment, boom, it all clicks for Kesavan. The guru looks right at him and delivers the core lesson. He explains that Kesavan's habit is just like that branch. The habit wasn't some powerful force holding him captive. All this time, he was the one choosing to hold on. The power to just let go was in his own hands the entire time. And then the guru leaves him with one last piece of wisdom, a really stark reminder of what he lost, but also what he now has the power to rebuild. A good name, a good reputation. It's like a book that takes you years and years to write, but it only takes a few minutes to burn it all down. And that brings us right back to the beginning, doesn't it? Back to that first question. Kesavan finally understood that the power was his all along. He just had to change his perspective to see that he was the one holding the branch, not the other way around. So the question for all of us is, what's the branch that you're holding on to? And what would it take for you to simply open your hands and let it go?